Hey, hopefully you guys didn't get two emails because for whatever reason, and it happened to me last Sunday too, this thing was not going live. Hey, Kenneth, so this is live. Yeah, last Sunday I tried to go live and it hung, so I had to restart my computer and it did the same thing tonight. Hey, Alex, Felicia, hey, Malachi DeBerry, hello. Scott Punk, how are you? Nice new background. It's better than Mom's Dolls, that's for sure. So here, let me grab this, go to, so where I share this every week, I still don't share it publicly, but where I share it is in our online support group. So where do we go here? There it is. Live on YouTube. Okay. There. Oh, wow. There's a bunch of you now. Okay, let me catch up here. Hi, Ann. Nuvak. Hello. Larrington. What am I doing? I am in Venice Beach, California. So I just spent a week at Vid Summit, which is a YouTube conference. And now I'm in Venice and I'm prepping for some work here coming up on homelessness. And I lived in Los Angeles for 30 years, and like most people from LA, I visited Venice maybe twice a year. So I haven't spent a whole lot of time here. Now, since I've been doing Invisible People, I've been to St. Joseph's Center, which I love, and SPY, which is Safe Place for Youth, is another place that I love. So I've been here, but I've never stayed here. And the reason I'm staying here is to really get to learn the Venice community. And it's completely done. Venice is like, oh my gosh, there's no place like Venice Beach, California. So today was my first day. My feet hurt. I actually was not sure if I was going to do a live stream or because it's earlier. I've been doing it 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock here. So 9 o'clock East Coast, 6 o'clock here. And I was out meeting homeless people, walking around, handing out socks. And I looked at my watch. So I let some people know that I was going to be going live. And then I couldn't walk. My feet hurt. So here I am, and hopefully you guys are doing marvelous. Hey, Bliss. Thank you, Scott Punk. Hi, Jan. Hey, Charlie. I was hoping you'd be on because it saves me from messaging you. I know you're working now, and I'm in Venice. It took me an hour and a half to get up to Glendale the other day. So I don't know. Do you come down to Venice at all? Hey, Sunshine Girl, what did you think of the TEDx video? I don't know. There's like 4 of them. Hey, Shane, are you still here in Venice? Yeah, Bliss, it is wild. Hey, Hair 2. Hi, Jack. Thank you for your kind words. Fat Bastard. I should have that name. No, Noah, I'm in Venice, California. I don't foresee myself being in Italy anytime soon. But I should have prefaced that because a lot of people, when I say I'm in Venice, oh my gosh. So I swear, I got up and I did a little work, and then I've been walking around meeting people in Venice. Hey, Eduardo. And I've been going nonstop. I haven't even stopped to eat. And I just sat down for the first time in hours, and I'm like wiped out. But I so enjoyed chatting with you guys on Sunday night. Hey, Victoria. Terry, it's 32. No, no. Yeah, it's cold back east. No, I wish I was in Italy. Hopefully someday I would visit, but I'm going to be spending a little bit of time here in Venice. I'm not yet making public what I'm doing here, but it's going to be awesome. Hey, Charlie, how's the job doing? Yeah, honky tonk. Actually, they're both. This is so. It's a eclectic hotel. It's not my choice. I pick hotels. I might be weird. Okay, I'm weird. I pick hotels by where they are located to homeless people. I mean, if you read reviews, most people are saying, "Oh, there was homeless people there. I'm never going to stay there again." And I'm like, "Well, that's where I'm staying." Hey, Melka. Hey, Jean. She's doing good. I called her yesterday. She's doing good. Hey, Larry, I don't know where you are to be able to comment on that. So I got to ask you guys something. I need, and maybe you won't answer, take a week. We'll talk about it again. I need to come up with for a name for these live streams. So I've been doing Let's Talk Homelessness and uh, anything else. Tonight I tagged it um, from Venice, but I need to come up with a name. I mean, because, we can talk anything you want to talk about. If you want to talk marketing, you want to talk, uh, homelessness, whatever. I'm open to whatever discussion, but we need a title. I don't think Let's Talk Homelessness with everything else. I just typed it in one day and I've been repeating it. Hey, Captain Vlogs, how are you? Sunshine Girl. Sunshine Girl, I do not know what Cobb material is. I only know of a Cobb salad, and I'm not joking. Well, kind of joking. Um, I'm not a construction person. What I'm more concerned with is the services. Yeah, a box can be built, but is there a community? Is there tangible social interaction? Are people thriving instead of existing? That's what's important to me. I don't know how to build cement or do any of that kind of stuff. So, live stream homeless report. That's interesting. Hey, Samantha, I will be in Hamilton in about a month. And I love Ottawa. I hope to get there. So S Scoville 7, there's I posted a photo earlier, or maybe it was in the Instagram stories. There is people um, sleeping on their tents out in the sand here. And that was never the way it was before. I know they changed the laws. One of the reasons was, there's so many people sleeping on the streets. They figured they'd let people open on the sleep on the sand. Now, I talked to a couple of homeless people that said they're not supposed to be out on the sand. So this is new to me, and I'm still looking into it. Hey, Eddie. Bye. Hey, Tim. How are you? Hi, Nancy. Hey, Vicky. Hello, hello. And by the way, I didn't have time to respond. I knew you were talking to somebody else, not me, about, the Facebook thing. Have you heard of Mark? I was just playing with you. Hope you don't mind. 143. That's an interesting name. And thank you for your kind words. Yeah, Shane, I will be going to third and Rose. You know what was interesting today that I didn't expect? So Venice has, I don't really know what to, it's not just nomadic, it's this lifestyle, hippie lifestyle. That's not it either. There's some wonderful people that actually, they live on the streets here and they do art, or more of a vagabond, maybe a gypsy. I don't know, but Venice and most communities like this, Boulder, Colorado, are filled with people that like that lifestyle. But one thing that I was kind of shocked is there's women in the middle of that looked, you would never know they're homeless. They look like housewives from the valley. And they've been out here. One told me 9 years, another one told me 3 years. And I didn't even, so I'd be handing out socks and they'd say, hey, can my friend such and such have it? And I would go over to their tent and it was like, you're homeless? Unbelievable. Ooh, service report. Homelessness, Inc. Samantha, thank you for your kind words. Positively peace and love back to you in Boston and everywhere else. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, I swear I've been walking all day. I thought I'd come here and talk to y'all and have all this energy. And all of a sudden I sit down and I'm like, ugh. So how are you all doing today? Hey, Stylen, I am sorry to learn about your homelessness. What part of town are you, or what part of the country, or what country? Not an exact location, but just a city. I yawned. I yawned because this is the first time I have sat down and my feet. It is weird. I can't win. So at my mom's house, there's dolls in the background, and here there's, I don't know, what is that? Like, oh, it's sign language. I bet you that's sign language. Is it? That'd be cool. Thank you, Kenneth. I think it's important to really, get some feedback from you guys on what you'd want to see. And, I was at the YouTube conference trying to learn, and most YouTubers can position their content to change. Now, I'm not a YouTuber, I'm a nonprofit. So I have to remember that Invisible People is a nonprofit working to educate the public about homelessness. And the foundation of our work is giving a platform and a voice to homeless people. So as a YouTuber, when we're kind of a YouTuber, I can't really move in the direction like for keywords and different things. If something's really popular, I can't review iPhones when they come out. Most YouTubers, you'll see, they all review iPhones because they pick up the keywords and that's how they make a living. I can't do that. But saying that, I am trying to create more vlogs and more content. Like today, I wanted to create a vlog. I just wasn't able to do it. But I think it's important to be able to, hear from you guys on what kind of stuff you'd want to, uh, watch. And then as I'm able to grow this channel, then I'll be able to hopefully create that content. Wait. Stylen, did you say you're in Watertown, New York? Because I just saw Kenneth say that. Thank you, Malka. Renee, awesome. Thank you very much. Oh, you're in Waterbury, Connecticut. I don't know what so Stylen, we have an online support group for the rest of you. This is for homeless people, just homeless people. There's lots of groups on Facebook for everybody. This is just for homeless people. So Stylen, you can find us at wearevisible.com. That's wearevisible.com. Love to have you join us. If you're homeless and you're watching this feed, please, love to have you join us. If you're not homeless or you've never been homeless, please, there's other places for you. And we're not trying to be exclusive. This is a peer support group for homeless people to help homeless people. And we, it's important that we keep it homeless people. Melka, there is a bath, but as soon as this is over, I am going to probably go out and start walking around and hand out some more socks. But I got to tell you, so I was out walking around. You probably didn't hear the first part of this, and it's Sunday, and the hotel I'm in actually has decent Wi-Fi. I hope the signal's okay for you guys, and I thought of you, Melka, that I better get back. And then I realized 9 o'clock East Coast is 6 o'clock this time. So here, I'll probably go to 7:30 if that's okay with you guys. Wow, Kara. I'm hoping to get to Phoenix and Denver and a couple other cities. Can I ask, why are you giving air mattresses? There's a lot of other things. I mean, that's just really interesting. I don't know a lot of people that give air mattresses. One thing, I went out with a group in Koreatown last night, and it rained here the night before. And one of the things that people can give to homeless people that it's life-saving is tarps. You can go to Home Depot or you can buy them on Amazon, big plastic tarps so that people can cover their stuff so it doesn't get wet. Sunshine Girl, they actually have an app now in San Francisco where people can report the poop. And a lot of people are upset about it. I don't know what I think. I'm seeing a lot of people share on social media pictures of poop. If it gets the government and the city to take action, I'm all for it. Yes, I'm talking about the support group. Please, I mean, it's up to you. Every time I do a live feed, we drop in subscribers. I know a lot of you in the chat are subscribers already. It's probably how you found out about the live chat. So you can't subscribe twice. But when I go live, the subscriber count just drops. I'm not into this for subscriber count. It's just a number. What's important is being able to talk to you guys. So if I drop subscribers by going live, I'll go live. It's really been amazing talking to you guys, and I'm going to try to do it every week the best I can. As I travel, it's harder, and Melka, just for those of you who don't know, Melka has been reminding me in the comments that I need to go live. So I was thinking that tonight I better keep that promise. Victoria, thank you. Thank you. I'm feeling, like I said, gosh, a little tired, but I'm sure it will pick up. Hello, Detroit. Gil, thank you. Sabrina, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Scott Punk, you're so right. I mean, we need public toilets. You know, here I'm in Venice, California, and they have public restrooms, but oh my gosh, they're nothing nice. The other thing, so I need a name for these live chats, and then I'm going to launch a new Invisible People, hopefully in November. At the very latest, it'll be the first part of December. It'll also be Invisible People's 10-year anniversary, and I need to do something. I need to like an event. So I know I'm going to be in Manchester, United Kingdom, and I love the UK, but I don't know if that's where I want to celebrate because, you know, I'm United States. I'm proud to be an American. And I do a lot of work in Canada and I do a lot of work in UK, but I should do an event in the United States. It just feels right. Or maybe I do one here and one in Canada and one in UK. But I got to figure out how to launch this new website. One thing I was thinking about is doing a telethon, you know, just going live for a couple of hours, maybe having different guests to come in. Maybe some of you can join me. We'll figure out a way of how to log on. Maybe that's how we put a splash onto the new website and get everybody sharing it. Nicholas, I don't quite understand your comment there. One card short. Hi, back at you. The last part of your name, woo, I do get to Detroit. There, if you go on the vlog or on the YouTube channel, there's some vlogs from Detroit, and there is also a bunch of content. So let's hey, there's 135 of you. Where are y'all from? Some of you I do know, but some of you, if you're new here, let me know, and then let me know where y'all from. Hey, Bear Drew, I have tried to get down to Australia. And hi, India. Toronto, I'm going to be in Hamilton soon, Southern California. I am here right now. Sweden, hi, Peter. Corey, do you know of any resources I can use for when I'm homeless? My suggestion is if you know you're going to be homeless, contact social services now. Don't wait. There's now something called rapid rehousing where there's funding to keep people in their apartment or in their house to prevent them from being homeless. So content, don't wait. Hey, Nancy in Florida. Traverse City. Hey, Alan. I've been to Traverse City a couple times. Minneapolis. Hi, Jubilee. California. Marion, Virginia. The chat is too fast. There's a setting, Big Boss, where you can slow it down. I prefer live chat, but so I don't miss anything, but then I get confused myself because it moves by so fast. Hey, Burgos, Burgos, am I saying that right? That might be an interesting idea. Hey, Vicky in Southern Cal. I'm in Venice. This is Laurington from the Bronx. Hey, OG Meek. Welcome. Melka, I will be in Hamilton first part of November. Hey, Roberto Wong, thank you for your kind words. I've been to 24 cities in Canada. Your government actually had me travel to 24 cities. I've been to Yellowknife, Whitehorse, Fort Mac, a wonderful experience. I hope to be able to do that again soon. Hey, Tim Alma. Hello. Hey, babe in Central Michigan. I didn't mean like, hey, babe. South Dakota. Hey, Texas Savage. I used to visit South Dakota quite often. I need to do that again. Bit is from Texas. Hey, Angel from Texas. I really want to get to Dallas again, and I've never been to Houston. Renee, Carmen is just so amazing. I'm going to try to get out and see Carmen and do another winter blog. If you guys think that's a good idea, I'll try to make that happen when I get back and it gets cold. Hey, professional in Wyoming. Malka, I didn't know you were from Quebec. Hi, Tim. Thanks so much. Bear Drew, I have almost made it down to Australia a bunch of years ago, but it just never happened. So I hope to. And Sophie, 1993, do you answer questions? She asked. Yes, I do. I just answered your question, but go ahead, answer another one. Oh, hi, Patty from Marysville. Oh, Princess, I'm sorry you're homeless. Oh, Sophine, I am sorry. Am I saying that right? Sophine, he asked a question. And I apologize that I mistook. It's so hard, and please forgive me. I try. You guys have some of the most wonderful YouTube names. I am so respectful of different cultures that I really, but I messed up that one. Please forgive me. But go ahead if you have a question. I'd love to answer. So Tim Alma, some of the people I'm contact more so now because of the online support group. Unfortunately, There's more. Most of the people that have been interviewed on Invisible People are still homeless. A good percentage of them have passed away, and it's heartbreaking. More people have passed away than have gotten into housing, and some have gotten into housing, and that's great. But it really says something that more people have died that I've interviewed homeless than had got out of homelessness. Hey, Matthew, thank you for your kind words. So, Vicky, you know what? I would be on the road more, but I take care of my mom. In fact, I'm here probably a little too long. I'm in Venice all this week, and then Sunday I hit back to Binghamton to take care of my mom for a while, and then I'm off traveling again. Hey, Bobby, both Amanda and Charlie, great people to watch. Thank you for supporting them. Live stream homeless report. Okay, so Sophina, yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about my story, but I'm gonna also I'll post a doc. I should have this ready each week for everybody. So I worked in television for a very long time, well, 4 years. In today's world, that's a long time working, and I ended up on Hollywood Boulevard homeless. And I rebuilt my life back to a 3-bedroom house and a cushy marketing job, and the economy tanked and I lost everything again. And that's when I went out and I started interviewing homeless people. And yeah, I knew that was going to play. There was no way that I could stop that audio. Okay. So I went out and I grabbed the camera, and I want to tell you that it was to change the world. Now, I did believe that homeless people were ignored even by the homeless sector. So I also believe that our stories weren't being told. So there was that, but I was giving myself purpose. So I went out and started interviewing homeless people, and now, oh my gosh, it's just been amazing. And I'm really grateful for all this community. So I am going to post a link to a documentary. It's on my YouTube channel. I didn't shoot it, but it's about an hour long, and it tells my story. It shares a good part of my story. But thanks for asking. Mr. Guy, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Oh, piggy, pig, pig. 10 items from your mom's house. Come on. Hey, Bliss, she did. Her nieces came down to visit. They kind of tired mom out a little bit, but it was really good. So, Roberto, we do have a Facebook page, but it's just for homeless people or formerly homeless people. You can find it at wearevisible.com. If you are not homeless, please don't ask to join. If you're never homeless, let's say if you're homeless and you're in housing now and you can help other homeless people or other people in housing that were homeless, then we'd love to have you. But if you don't have that connection to homelessness, and even if you work in homeless services but have never been homeless, that's not, there's plenty of groups for you. So, Mark, what are your top 5 tips for homeless people? That's a good question. I've never been asked that before. I'm going to, so many of you know this. So Melka, I'll repost the doc here. So check out in the link, I just put it in the comments. You guys can watch it. A big part of my work is that homeless people are people. So the 5 tips are not just for what I would tell homeless people. It's what I tell everybody. And I'm really going to, positive things happen to positive people. Be good to everybody. And my favorite quote from Winston Churchill is that if you feel like you're going through hell, keep on going. So I know it's hard. I had an interaction with a gentleman this week because he was going through very serious depression. And I felt for him. He was having trouble thinking positive. Now, I sometimes feel that way. I think we all do. What I call it, the poor me's, where you're feeling sorry for yourself and you're, just laying on your couch or your bed and you're just going, poor me, poor me, poor me. I do it all the time. I really do. I mean, I don't have this. I don't have that. Poor me, poor me. And when I wake up a little bit and realize that I'm feeling sorry for myself, but I don't know how to get out of that, I start doing one thing that's going to make my life better. Now, that might be call somebody, that might be email somebody, might be Facebook somebody, might be read the want ads, might be listening to a podcast to educate myself, might be read a book, something. I just do this one little thing, and that one little thing turns into 2 things or 3 things. The other thing that I try to do is I try to volunteer someplace or give out socks. If you look at the channel, there's a great video, Zach and Friends. And it was Thanksgiving, and I was depressed, and I was sitting home alone doing the poor me's. Poor me, poor me. I'm Thanksgiving. I'm all alone. And I went, you know what? I'm just going to go out and hand out socks. And I'm walking down Hollywood Boulevard, and there's these wonderful kids, and they wanted to sing me a song. And it was a great experience. And then Zach from the road, because they're traveling youth, Zach started calling me. And I asked him once, I said, Zach, he's calling me like a father, like fatherly advice. I said, Zach, why are you calling me out of all the people that you could call for help, for advice? And he said, that Thanksgiving, nobody talked to us except you. And, it was amazing. Here I made their day and they made my day. And I could have stayed home and just, felt sorry for myself. And there's times that I do that, and I still do that. I think we all do that. But, when I wake up a little bit, then I start helping people. And your problems don't go away when you start helping people. It just helps gain a little bit more perspective. You get a different perspective on life when you start helping people that might be hurting more than you. So hopefully those answers your question. Hi, Lee. Lee, yeah, I do have contact, and some of them are in and out of this group chat all the time. Yeah, Emily, it drives me crazy that shelters are like 30 days in and 30 days out, or 90 days. I mean, who gets their life back in 90 days? And I think I don't know this for a fact, but I think the reason that has evolved is they don't have money. So there's more homeless people. So they figure, okay, we're going to do this for 30 days and, then we'll help somebody else. I think it's a bad model, and I'm so sorry that you have to go through that. Hi, Tim Alma. I'm sorry I can't connect you to or anybody unless if the person wants to be contacted, their contact information is in the description or even in the video. Some of them will say their email and stuff. Hey, Larry, I hope to go to Denver soon. I occasionally, it goes kind of in seasons, like where I will be Seattle, New York, and then like Chicago, Denver. So, hey, Jeremiah, hey, I was just in Springfield, and thank you so much. So, Roberto, go ahead, ask to join the group. Renee, so everybody, I travel. What happens is there's really not um, enough money for invisible people to go on the road full time. Well, hopefully that will change. So what happens is so this trip now is kind of paid by donors. Some of it's paid by me. I'm putting some of my own money into this trip. The um, but normally what happens is, like, for instance, I get asked to speak at a conference, and the conference gives me an honorarium and they pay for the travel. So I take the honorarium and then I go and rent extra nights hotel, maybe rent a car. So I actually go home broke, or even, I shouldn't say broke, broke. Uh, and so my point is, I haven't been able to target. So I don't go to where I want to go. I go to where people are kind of paying Mark Horvath to speak on marketing. And then I use that to help fund invisible people. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, one, invisible people gets enough funding that we can start going to places. So my ideal vision is, let's say something happens in Philadelphia that's homeless news, that it would benefit the homeless community if their voice was amplified. Once invisible people gets the right amount of funding to be able to do this, then and hopefully I can engage other people to do this, will go to Philadelphia and help amplify that story to help homeless people. And then wherever that media is, that news story, or where there could be, so for example, right now, I'm in Venice because they're trying to make a bridge shelter, which is what they're calling it. And the community is fighting it. And so I'm here to try to amplify, to show the community that the people here in Venice are human. Yes, they might be without housing, but they're still people and they need support. One of the things that drives me crazy is, I don't know how it is where you live, but in Venice, California, or any place in Los Angeles, homeless people are already in the neighborhood. So saying not in my backyard, oh, build a shelter, they're going to come here. They're already here. If you don't build a shelter, or if you don't do housing, it's going to get worse. But people hate homeless people so much. They don't even look at the truth. They don't even look at that there's homeless people around them. I mean, they do, and then they complain. But then when a shelter's coming in, they say, oh, the shelter's going to bring homeless people. Homeless people are already here. Hey, Larry, I don't know. So I'm working. I There's a project. I can't talk about it publicly yet, except that there's 4 cities they're going to pick out of like a list of 10. Denver is one of them. I hope they pick Denver. I haven't been Denver in a while. I think it's 16th Street Mall. I love walking down 16th Street Mall. And there's some wonderful, wonderful, wonderful homeless services. Urban Peak is there that I truly love and adore. Horizon, I mean, asking about prisons being full. I mean, the big thing is the war on drugs. The war on drugs was to fill the prisons, and prisons are sold on Wall Street. I mean, stock is sold on Wall Street. You don't make a profit with an empty jail cell. So people that should not be in jail are in jail, and it's crazy. And we all pay taxpayer money, and people on Wall Street profit of it. Hey, Sunshine Girl, that's not a bad idea. I mean, one of the things, so Sunshine Girl is giving a tip. I asked everybody earlier, maybe some thoughts and advice on a title for this show. Because right now I just put let's talk homelessness or anything else. But we talk homelessness, but we do talk about a lot of other stuff. So, how do we say that in a title? Anything goes. And Miriam is right on. She says, let's not scapegoat it. Homeless people are hated as a class. So true. I really didn't know what to exactly say there. I don't have the research stuff up right now, but the time in it, there's been some murders recently here in Los Angeles and some violence. And one of the reasons that even that happens is people hate homeless people. It's horrible. It's horrible. So Piggy Pig Pig, it's interesting. And now that I know you're from Scotland, makes a little bit more sense to me. So I've walked, I don't know if you've been to London down the Strand. That's where I see it a lot. Some theaters, they put like spikes so that rough sleepers don't sleep in front of the doorway. I hate it. I mean, it's, there's so many other ways. It's like right here in Los Angeles. The LA Times did an article today because Los Angeles police, or the city, police are only doing what the city asks them to do, are doing more homeless sweeps. So if you want homeless people stuff off the sidewalk, get them into an apartment. Come on. That's the smart move. Hey, Philip. It's kind of weird that you asked that, because and I shot a vlog on it. It didn't come out. Just so you know that if I don't have people's permission, I don't put videos up, if they're recognizable. So I tried to shoot. Last time I was on Skid Row, which is about 4 weeks ago, it was eerie because they were cleaning. I walk down streets that are normally filled with tents, and here's people with white hazmat suits on. It was just eerie. How do I feel about it? Well, homelessness is a public safety issue, point blank. It's a crisis. It's a health crisis. Not only homeless people are getting sick, the public's getting sick. How do you deal with that? Let's invest in housing and solutions to get these people off the streets. Just, doing sweeps and these street cleaning is a Band-Aid. Whatever diseases are going to come back. The other issue is there's not enough hygiene. They have what's called a refresh spot, which is run by Homeless Healthcare here, which is really a program I adore and love. But, again, it's a Band-Aid where they're, providing showers and bathrooms. I think, what you have 9,000 people in Skid Row on any given moment, and only at night 5 toilets. That's going to be a really, really bad health crisis. Do you keep doing sweeps, or do you get people off the streets into housing? That's really what the question should be. Larry, I haven't been to Denver in a while, so I don't know if there's 10 cities in Denver, but my last time in Chicago, there was 10 cities, and that kind of freaked me out. So I assume, Gene, let's talk homelessness and change. I like it. Hey, Trina, thank you very much. Me too. I didn't call her today. Miriam, the Baltimore, I've been personally to Baltimore a bunch of times, but never for invisible people. There is that, I was talking earlier, if you heard about Denver, invisible people. There's a list of 10 cities, I said 10 cities, that they're going to pick, and I'm going to go spend a week in 4 of them. Baltimore is on that list. I don't really have a say as to what cities, but I would like to. I think Baltimore is close to the top of the most crime. Baltimore needs a lot of love. I assume that's where you live. So Art Best, you brought up a good point. So I was driving down Sunset Boulevard, and there was a car in front of me and a woman driving the car. And a homeless person came up to her window. She's driving, and he was on the passenger side. And I assume he asked for money. And when she said no, he started pounding on the roof of the car. And I could only imagine the fear that this woman must have felt. And I immediately thought, oh my gosh, here's a woman that is just going to hate homeless people. And there's nothing I can do probably to change her mind after that. That's a scary situation. Now, from the other side, and I don't know the homeless man's story, but there could be mental illness involved. He could be, hungry or needing medication or on medication. He could be out of his mind on drugs. It could be all of the above. But, people on the street are hurting, So I see, where I see aggressive panhandling is normally in cities where there's not a whole lot of services. So people are desperate. The people that are desperate. Now, there is just jerks on look at our Congress. Look at our Congress. Oh my gosh. There's jerks, So it's not just homelessness. Some people are just jerks, What I'm trying to say is that my heart breaks when there's that aggressive panhandling, and I feel sorry for both sides. I'm blessed that I can look at the homeless person and I see hurting people hurt people. I don't look at that homeless person being aggressive. I try to look at, oh my gosh. So yesterday we're in Koreatown and there's a woman. It's hard to judge people's age on the streets because the homelessness ages you so bad. But she was telling stories of what her mother used to do to her. And one of the things was her mother used to sell her, pimp her out for drugs. Her mother was her pimp. So how do you grow up with any kind of normalcy? Right at the very beginning of being a child, you're looking at the world and the person that should love you the most, your mother, and she's selling you. She's pimping you out for drugs. So this girl, if you were to talk to this girl, this homeless woman, who's now a woman, she's very aggressive. She spent a lot of time in jail. She has mental illness. She's on drugs. She's got a lot of pain. My God, I can't even imagine the pain this woman feels. So I see that. The answer, and I'm glad you really brought the whole question up. The answer is we got to get these people off the streets into housing. We got to do that. It's the only solution to homeless people being aggressive, And you go in, I'm in Venice Beach. If I go down the bars tonight, which I'm not going to do, I'm sure there's going to be guys and girls that are overly aggressive, that aren't homeless, that have good jobs. Some of them probably, well, if you're living in this area, you're making huge money, huge money. So hopefully that answers your question. Hey, human, I agree. Make America safe again. Secure and adequate housing again. I do. Yeah, Gene, the system is broken. Ooh, that would even make a great title. The system is broken. But my challenge is if we're just going to talk about homelessness, I can do that. But you guys seem to like to talk about my mom and everything else. So homelessness and everything else. I can't pronounce your name. Gespinitz. Please forget, you got a cool name. Everybody, I apologize. I really try. So Toronto, like most cities in North America, is having a problem because they need to invest in housing, but people are dying outside, and there's a very serious lack of housing. So what do? And it's not just Toronto. You look at Ottawa, you look at Vancouver, you look at Washington, D.C., you look at Los Angeles, you look at Chicago. So, and I don't mean to be discouraging, but, I was on outreach in Koreatown last night, and a gentleman who was a volunteer, he said, we're not going to end homelessness, are we? So I believe we can end homelessness. We know how. We know how to end homelessness. Not only do we know how to end homelessness, we've known how to end homelessness. We've known for years. But everybody, and it's just human, they're fighting for their own thing. Oh, we only want to do this. We want to do that. We want to just help youth. We want to just help veterans. So we want to just help chronic homelessness. And nobody agrees and nobody works together. I mean, it's better. We've gotten better, but here in Los Angeles, over 800 people died outside last year. So if even one person dies, we haven't gotten that much better, right? So I will say this, where I think there is going to be huge benefit, or where the solution is going to come from, is I think faith-based orgs. In Detroit, there is a rabbi who's in charge of a faith-based group that has a bunch of different churches, temples, synagogues, and mosques, and they're all working together. So, governments have put all these rules and regulations and bureaucracies. You just can't help anybody. They have to check off the boxes to make sure that they can get funding. It's all about funding. So, but faith-based orgs, they can get around that. The American church, the American evangelical church, could end homelessness tomorrow if it wanted to. If it wanted to. I stress, if it wanted to. And I think it's going to step up. So you'll see, if you type Dallas into my videos, a wonderful vlog I did in Dallas about churches, a church ministry that is, using housing first, helping people, getting them off the streets from under bridges, churches. And I see that is going to happen, but the American evangelical church is going to have to change first. And change never comes easy, and change usually is prefaced by a whole lot of pain that forces the change. I think it needs to happen. I think it's going to happen. I think that's how we've got to get back to taking care of our neighbor. I mean, I wouldn't be here today if my mother's neighbor, when I travel, my mother's neighbor takes care of mom. I don't ask her to. Her name is Shalene, and she just steps up and takes care of mom. And we need to get back to that, because the reason somebody is homeless isn't because, so most people, I'm going to go here. Most people that are experiencing poverty never end up homeless. Most people that are abusing drugs and alcohol never end up homeless. So this whole idea we're one check away from homelessness is not the truth. It's not. Where the only predetermining factor of homelessness is the person cut or no longer has a social safety net. So most poor people, when rent's due and they don't have it, they have somebody they can borrow from. When somebody on drugs or alcohol or mental illness, rent's due and they can't pay it, an uncle comes in or somebody else. I was talking to somebody in Springfield, Mass, about a person with very severe mental illness, but the family is taking care of them, and this person is aggressive and nasty, but they take care of them. They keep them in an apartment. They take care of them. Once that's severed, that's how people end up homeless. And if we were able to take care of people and care about people. So today I asked, his name's Guy. I recorded his interview. Don't know when it's going to get up. I put his photo up in the little thing. So his 3 wishes were all for other people. And I asked him, I said, why don't you wish something for yourself? And Guy said, yeah, God doesn't like selfishness. So if we all of us, meaning everybody in the world, weren't selfish and greedy, all these problems would go away, wouldn't they? Am I just dreaming? What do you think? Hey, Addie. So everybody, I've been on for an hour and 6 minutes. I am going to super happy. I learned a few things. It was a different experience. This is my first YouTube conference. It was interesting. Bliss, feel free to go on her page, and Amanda has her own YouTube channel and her own Facebook page. I would ask her. So, Rob, I'm glad you worked your way up. And I'm glad, so I was going to share about this earlier today. Most people like me, I was homeless 24 years ago, and I could, I had a lot of help along the way. So I have 24 years sober, but there's people that helped me. I just didn't do it myself. And what you said it's not always the case, but hard work. Yeah. Some people are not raised that way. Some people don't have the self-esteem, but you're smart enough. And thank you for saying this, Rob, that know that, yeah, I did this for me, but not everybody, can do that. And we need to understand that. And those of us that, were able to rebuild our lives, we got to look back. There's people that helped us. There's people that loved us when we weren't loving ourselves. I mean, everybody that's, I get this a lot on YouTube. People say, well, I was homeless and I did this and this and this, and now I have this. And I'm like, great, but somebody helped you, and we need to help other people, Hey, the Corny Channel, not only can we need to. Okay, folks, any last words? I've been on for an hour and 8 minutes. I am getting a little tired. Well, I was tired. I've been walking all day, and I don't know, I might go out and try to hand out some more socks. I was, right around evening is when people are bedding down. I will never wake anybody up. But I thought that it'd be good to come and talk to you all, guys. I'm trying to do Sunday nights. I forgot Sunday nights is 6 o'clock to make it for you guys, right? Hey, Ice Cubes, I would love to visit Tokyo. I've been to a few other countries. Hey, Amy, thank you for your kind words. Okay, folks, I am going to say good night. Next Sunday, I will be back at Mom's, and I'll try to do 9 o'clock. Hopefully you all have a marvelous weekend. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing the content. Thank you for being part of the Invisible People community. We're building something here. I can feel it. And I am very grateful for each and every one of you. You guys take care.